So I just got home from work, made a pot of coffee, and picked up my book. This book, written by Napoleon Hill and W. Clement Stone, and that's some pictures of them there. The guy on top, Napoleon Hill, had written several books, and I've read a few of those. There are a few more of his books that I have not read that I would just love to read. Sometimes when I pick up a book, and this book is the Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude. Sometimes when I pick up a book, I don't always just open the first page and start reading from there and work my way consecutively through each word in each page going through. Sometimes I pick it up and just do this, right? And just see what happens to pop out at me. And in this book, there are always different things that just pop out at me. It's like I'll open it up and I'll see, oh, that looks like an interesting thing to read, and I start reading right there. And as I'm reading through, of course, it refers back to things, in the previous part of the book that I skipped over. But don't get me wrong when I say that I do that, because I have absolutely read every word in this book. I've read it by jumping through different things, and I've also read it from, the beginning and working my way all the way through the end. It's just one of those books that just kind of draws you in no matter where you jump in at. So back here, I kind of jumped up to chapter 11. And in chapter 11 it says, "Is there a shortcut to riches?" Is there a shortcut to riches? Okay. This chapter 11, is just the front side of that sheet and the back side of that sheet, and then it jumps into chapter 12. So instead of just sitting here and trying to pull pieces out and explain it, I'm going to start from the beginning, and I'm going to read it all the way through. It's only that's the front and back of one sheet, so it won't be tough. So this is chapter 11. Of course, I can never start doing this without a sip of coffee. And this morning, it's just coffee with a little bit of creamer. I had been putting Ovaltine in my coffee, but I don't do that very often. I mean, not as often as I made it sound like. Oh my gosh. It's hot. All right. So chapter 11. Is there a shortcut to riches? Is there a shortcut to riches? A shortcut is defined as a way of accomplishing something more directly and quickly than by ordinary procedure. It is a route more direct than that, it is a route more direct than that which is ordinarily taken. And the man who takes the shortcut knows his destination, right? You got to know your destination, right? He knows the route that is more direct. Yet he will never arrive at his destination unless he starts and continues toward it, regardless of the interruptions he encounters or the obstacles he meets. So, in chapter 2, we listed the 17 success principles. 1, a positive mental attitude. Remember in one of my other videos, we talked about the talisman, which is kind of like a coin, where on one side you got printed PMA, on the other side you got printed NMA, right? PMA is positive mental attitude, and NMA is negative mental attitude. And the book talks about the invisible talisman. And the invisible talisman is that you can imagine you've got that coin in your pocket with NMA on one side and PMA on the other side. And then you take it out and, you determine, you are the one, the sole individual that determines which side of that coin is what you're going to look at and apply in your life, right? Will you apply your positive mental attitude or a negative mental attitude? And that determines, basically what you have in your life. Helps determine how you make your decisions, and helps determine, what kind of relationships you have, whether it be at home or at work or anywhere, right? All right, so I'm going to read off the 17 success principles. 1, a positive mental attitude. 2, definiteness of purpose. 3, going the extra mile. 4, accurate thinking. 5, self-discipline. 6, the mastermind. 7, applied faith. 8, a pleasing personality. 9, personal initiative. 10, enthusiasm. 11, controlled attention. 12, teamwork. 13, learning from defeat. 14, creative vision. 15, budgeting time and money. So 15, like budgeting time and money. Being frugal, living a frugal life. Frugality. 16, maintaining sound physical and mental health. 17, using cosmic habit force. And if you read the book and you read about all those different success principles, which he talked about, in this part of the book, all those different success principles. If you use those and apply those in your daily life, then that will help you in your shortcut to riches. All right, going to the next page. Okay, so I got to move it out of the shade and in the sunshine here so I can read it. Okay. Now, why do we repeat the 17 success principles? We want to show you the shortcut to riches. We want you to take the most direct route. Now, take the most direct route. You must necessarily think, okay, let me start again. Now, to take the most direct route, you must necessarily think with positive mental attitude. You need the PMA side of your talisman. Your invisible talisman, okay? The side stamped with PMA, which is positive mental attitude. And a positive mental attitude results from the application of these success principles. Talking about those 7 success principles. The word think is a symbol. The word think is a symbol. Its meaning for you depends upon who you are. Who are you? Right? Who are you? Its meaning for you depends upon who you are. So ask yourself, who am I? Right? So who are you? You are the product of your what? So you as an individual are a product of your heredity, your environment, your physical body, your conscious and subconscious mind, experience, and particular position and direction in time and space, and something more, including powers known and unknown. When you think of a positive mental attitude, PMA, you can affect, use, control, or harmonize with all of them. Now only you can think for you. Only you can think for you. Therefore, did I just spit on myself? Sorry about that. So therefore, the shortcut to riches for you can be expressed in a 6-word symbol. Think with PMA and grow rich. So your 6-word symbol for you as an individual: think with a positive mental attitude and grow rich. For if you really think with a positive mental attitude, you will automatically follow through with action. And there's that other key word, action. Remember that. Action is a key word in this book. For if you really think with a positive mental attitude, PMA, you will automatically follow through with action. You will employ the PMA principles expressed in this book. Principles that will help you achieve any goal that doesn't violate the laws of God or the rights of your fellow man. A shortcut to riches. Think with PMA and grow rich. If you have PMA, you can do it. If you believe, you can. Notice I've got things underlined, circled. As I go through my books, even over here in this next chapter, right, I'll go through and I'll underline all kinds of things, and in the margins and columns or sides here, I do stars. Like the star, like might actually mean to me something a little more important than just the different things that I've underlined. But yeah, I mean, even like right here, you know, all of this is underlined and then outlined and then starred, because apparently what he said right there to me was, you know, kind of struck home with me as an individual in my mind. But anyway, I just thought I would read that short little chapter and just kind of talk about that. And I'm going to drink my cup of coffee. I haven't let the chickens out yet. Usually the first thing I do is let the chickens out. But I got home and I noticed there's one little chicken out there that's just wandering around. And I'm wondering to myself, where on earth was that chicken yesterday evening when all the other chickens were in the chicken coop and we shut the door, locked them in for the night? Where was that chicken at? I have no clue. But it's out there wandering around right now, waiting for me to come over and give them some food. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my book down and sip on some coffee, and then I'm going to go get this book and read it. This is a good book. Then I'm going to go let those chickies out. Oh. Go let those chickies out. Breakfast. 3 eggs. I'll come back out here later. I'll come back out here later and find more eggs. They were hungry chickies. Hungry chickies.